I'm Dorothy Buchanan Wilson, International President, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Welcome to Conversations.
Love, love.
We have as our special guest for this webisode, Sora Joyful Drake, actress. Sora Joyful, welcome to Conversations, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Madam Supreme, for having me.
Thank you. As a Midwesterner, as a Milwaukeean, and also as someone who hails from the Central Region, we have a lot in common. Tell us, how did you land here in Los Angeles, and how did you start to pursue your career as an actress?
I guess I am a long way from home. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, part of the Epsilon Delta chapter, UW-Madison graduate. And, you know, I am proud to be from the Midwest. I am a huge sports fan. So I started dancing for the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA. And when I hit that floor and I was in front of like 15,000 fans, I just had this adrenaline rushing through my blood. And I just knew that I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a performer. That led me to New York for a couple years, where my first part was a recurring role on a Showtime series called Soul Food. And that gave me the courage to come out to Los Angeles and pound the pavement. And 10 years later, I still call this place home. So that's my journey in a condensed form.
We talked earlier, and you talked about the fact of your grandmother certainly is a woman of great faith,
Yes.
and about your family in Milwaukee. And what role has faith played in your journey here as an actress?
You know, my faith is everything to me. I am a very spiritual person. I meditate daily. I pray daily. I, as my mom says, come from a praying mama and a praying grandmother. So I think, you know, it's very important to have a strong sense of being and know who you are. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So for me, working in Los Angeles and in, you know, the Hollywood community, it's very important that you have faith, because that makes those days where you get those no's or you don't know where your checks are coming from, that makes those days a little easier. And, you know, I wouldn't be who I am and where I am today if I didn't have faith and I didn't have a spiritual foundation in my life. It's who I am.
We like to say in Alpha Kappa Alpha that we are women who do it all, and we do a lot, and we are represented in every field of endeavor. Certainly, tell us a little bit, what advice would you give to our young aspiring sorors who have interest in pursuing careers as actresses or an interest in a career here in Tinseltown?
You know, being an actress is, I feel, what I was born to do. One of the many things that I was born to do. There are other things that pique my interest, like writing and producing. I would tell someone who wants to get into the entertainment field to make sure that they love it. Make sure they love the arts. Make sure they love the grind of it. If you're doing it for money and fame and to make yourself feel better or fit in somewhere, I don't know if you're doing it for the right reasons. So I would say make sure you're doing it because you love it and you have something to say. And if that dream is within you, if you feel it in your spirit, I think God gives you the talent to pursue it. So don't give up. Like, if the road gets rough, if you don't get to where you think you should be as quickly as you would like, just have faith, stay the course. And as my mother always told me, if you do what you love, goodness will follow. Don't do it for the money, don't do it for the fame, but if you do what you love, you will be blessed.
Good advice from a mother.
Yes. Who's
Definitely.
a soror?
Oh, very
Yes,
good.
yes.
Even better.
Yes, I'm
Great.
legacy.
Wonderful. Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
That's very great information for our sorors. One other question I'd like to ask you, and that question is, what would you say to an individual who asks you, what does it mean for you, being Joyful Drake, to live fearlessly here in Hollywood?
For me to live fearlessly is freedom. It's love. It's the ability to love yourself, first of all, because if you don't know how to love yourself, you're not going to be able to love anyone else. It's the ability to stand your ground and be true to yourself. Coming out in Los Angeles, you know, when I first came out here, I was young. I was in my 20s, early 20s. And everyone wanted to tell me who I was or who I should be, what I should wear, how I should act, who I should hang around. And I think when you're truly fearless, you stand in your true essence of who you are as a person. You're comfortable in your own skin, and you don't let anyone tell you what you should or you shouldn't do. You pretty much follow your intuition, and you do what you know you should do.
Soror Joyful, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for representing Alpha Kappa Alpha well. And thank you again, not only from your chapter, which is in the same cluster where I live, but also from the Sorors of Central Region. But more importantly, for being a fearless woman here in a town where many dreams are made. And you're certainly living your dream. Thank you for being here on Conversations.
Thank you.